Good morning. It's Lion Talk with me, Smokin Jeremy B. Von Doom is still in training for his new job with Pepsi. So we'll be going over the latest Lions news, talking about everything. Sorry about the confusion earlier. It went pretty ugly this morning. For some reason I put in the wrong time, but this is the normal time I go live. This is when I'll be doing it. But as they say, the show must go on. Good morning, Paul Jones. Time for that intro.
Charles here locally in the community. Make sure y'all go check out Meat Cat Bodies by Jeremy Smokkin.
All right. How's everybody doing this morning? Let me get my ugly mug back on the screen. There I am. Yeah, that's right. We had some Little Lions news break today. Brock Wright was tendered his restricted free agent ten- tender, which is 3.9 million for this year. We also brought back Shane Zylstra. That means more than likely we're not going to be looking for a tight end anywhere in free agency or anything else. So that being said, what do you guys think about that news? I think it's great we brought Bryce Wright back because he's had two of the most explosive plays at the tight end position over the last two seasons, other than everything Sam Laporta did. He had that 59-yarder versus the Jet, or 51-yard touchdown versus the Jets, and then they ran that same exact play, and he got another 22 yards on it. And I love Brock Wright. He is that better blocker. He likes setting the edge in the run game. Will Vogel in the chat saying good morning, sir. I'm telling you, Daniel Leonard, he can't block. Shut up. Dan Leonard supporting us from his Pepsi meeting. I gotta love that. Oh, might have to switch which one I'm on. No, I'm on the right one. There it goes. We're having some Xfinity issues here, so don't mind if it lags out from time to time. When Brock started after Hawk was traded, he did great. Absolutely. And, in all actuality, all three of those practice squad guys, the UDFAs and everything we had, they did way better than TJ Hawkinson did that year. The other thing is I've been seeing more and more PFF, ESPN, NFL networks thinks Stephon Gilmore is a fit for the Lions. So I started looking into his stats. He was the 38th best corner last year. Um, Teams completed 58 passes against him out of 72 targets. No passes defended. He had 62 solo tackles. So in all actuality, he gave up the exact same number of targets, completions that Cam Sutton did, but Cam Sutton had less tackles. And that's where I'm at. Jadovia Wuzier, and he actually had a better season. He only gave up 36 receptions on 72 targets. He had 5 pass deflections. He just had 0 interceptions. Kendall Fuller would be better too, I think. Yeah, it's a Awuzie. That's a capital Awuzie. Awuzie. That's like Oruwariye or Anwuzurike. That little puppy. Yeah, AG doesn't mind giving up the catch as long as they tackle right away. And one Punky Lions fan says the Awuzie is one of my guys too. And what the thing is all three of these guys, even Gilmore, all excel. Orororo? I don't know how to say it, so that's how I say it. Rook Orororo. That's how it's spelled. But Awuzie, um, he's my top target. I think he makes more sense. I don't think he's gonna garner that 18.5 million or more. I think you could get him for 14 to 17.5. And the more I'm reading about this guy we're bringing in for our top 30 interviews, this Christian Boyd from a Division two school, he's actually pretty decent from what I read in his scouting profile. Let me get that scouting profile. I mean, he has good size. He's 6'3" and 306. Arguably best hands due to an extraordinary burst off the snap. His best skill, due to an extraordinary burst off the snap, explodes out of his stance, demonstrating a burst upfield to split gaps and lateral agility once past the line to chase down the quarterback. Boyd is strong enough in the lower body to hold up at the point of attack. Boyd displays a good feel as a grappler in the phone booth, constantly getting blockers off balance before sending them to the ground. His hand use is excellent. He's strong in the upper body and consistently swats away blockers. He has violent hands, and this is huge. That hand pop. It's one of the things that I look for in a DT when I'm scouting coming out of college. He has hand pop and violent hands and the long arms to ward off blockers. Boyd plays with a good pad level and can win power as a bull rusher. Despite his relatively tall frame, he typically plays with a low enough pad level and natural power to push the pocket in the bull rush. His weaknesses, Boyd has to win early in the pass rush, as Boyd lacks to a go-to counter. In other words, he doesn't have a counter move for the elite D tackles. But we're talking about a guy that'll be playing at DT2. He also shows some stiffness when trying to bend the edge, often getting pushed past the pocket. Seems more comfortable countering back inside, so he does know how to kick back inside. Boyd isn't a true edge burner and might be better off kicking inside on passing down. He's in the 62 percentile at height at 6'3". He's in the 75th percentile in weight. So the weight to height ratio is good. Dwayne King comes in, says, "Good morning to all. Good to see you." Man, I'm just excited to hear about some stuff other than the usual stuff. I mean, we heard about the Bills, they're cleaning house, and the breaking news is Justin Simmons, all pro safety from the Denver Broncos, has been cut as a cap saving move. Um, I wouldn't mind bringing him in. Be better than CJGJ was for us. He's been healthier throughout his career. see if there's anything else breaking. Let's go Detroit Lions. One pride. Kings of the North Division championship. Yes, mate. One funky Lions fan. That is the knock against Gilmore. He's going to be what, 31 this year or 30? Father Time is undefeated. But at the same time, even though he gave up a lot of passing, he didn't give up a great QBR, which I don't understand because he actually had less targets than Sutton had against him. So I don't get how they can give up the same amount of passes on less targets because he was a CB2, not a CB1 there. Let's get it. Let's be real. I think. Oh, people. I think Brad is going to disappoint some people and take JPJ, the center, in the first round. Not sexy, but fills a spot until Frank retires. I've already said I wouldn't be surprised if we take an O lineman at 29, especially if all the top corners and DT guys are gone. I have said this all along. It's Oh, Gilmore is 33. That's even more. And you got RJ Irving coming in saying, "What's up, man? It's good to see you this morning." Just Brock Wright's back, same Shane Zylstra's back, Jerry Jacobs is out so far out of the restricted free agents that they've tendered. I don't expect they're probably going to bring back a lot more. I mean, I Roman Wilson at 29. Oh, you just don't want him to go to what is that? 38. That's why you're saying that. I want a Donnie Mitchell at 29 if we go wide receiver. Yeah, some new equipment in the Is the Bills center going to be the Bills backup center was traded. I don't know what other cuts they're making. I know they cut three-quarters of their secondary. Um, a backup guard and a backup running back. That's what I'm hearing. Um, they restructured also Von Miller. It cleared up 36.16 million in cap, but that still leaves them 9 million in the hole. So they got a lot of work to do. And Irving, I completely agree. I love the Brock Wright re-signing. He's a great depth guy. Yep. Yeah, I mean, I draft off of fits and needs. Yep. Yeah, I saw that, Leonard. That's the two that I think will be moved, or I think they'll restructure Milano, but he just had a big injury last year, his first big injury. So Dig wants out. He's made that publicly known. I think he'll be traded. And so if they clear up that 30 million, they got their capital and then maybe some prove it deals for the Bills, which I said last year the Super Bowl window was closed when they lost. That was their best chance. They were at home versus the Chiefs. They should have won that game. I treat every team just like I would if it was my team. I try not to do the whole poo poo a team just because it's not mine. My Daniel Leonard, mark my words, if they don't win this year, Josh Allen gets traded or cut. They'll wait for the June 1st cut so it clears cap instead of cost cap if they can't find a trade partner. I personally don't think Josh Allen is as good as the QB as everybody makes him out to be. He's just flashy. He does that thing that our quarterback can't do. He runs. Ask Daniel Jones about being a quarterback that has bad decision making and can run. Yes. Mason McCormick, great guard. And he does have a cannon. Yes, he does. So does Daniel Jones. And both of them are just about as accurate. Some they're summer guys. Some are to his team, some are to the other. But Allen doesn't get hurt though. There's your there's your quarterback next year, Leonard. You can trade for Josh Allen. After the Wilson release, that sets precedent for the others like Allen to be cut. And look at that. In Dallas, Dak hasn't gotten a contract yet. Who'd have thunk it? All the media guys there said, "Oh, he's going to get 60 million." I have the feeling he may get cut because they did take the fifth year option on Trey Lance, and they're already talking about extending him, a guy that's never played a down. So, what do you guys want to talk about? Do you guys have a draft prospect that you want me to look up his profile, and I'll go over it with you here. Name somebody. I don't care. That's the type of stuff I love to do. Allen isn't as bad as Jones. I'm not saying Allen is elite, but if I'm him or Jones, I'll take Allen all day. Absolutely. I mean, they've already got an offense that's used to that style of quarterback. You insert Allen in there, it's a better system, correct? Am I wrong in my thinking? Plus, you get to reunite Josh Allen with the only guy that can get his mechanics right, Brian Dable. Because I love looking up the draft profile stuff because that makes it fun. Give me somebody that's not somebody we've talked about that you want to know about. All right, because Atlanta native who starred in the fan controlled league for 2 years before Quantez Stiggers, the guy out of the CFL. We invited him in for a top 30 visit. Should be like a seventh round pick, and at 247, which is the back half of the actual picks in the round, that makes sense. Um, he was rookie of the year in that fan controlled football league. And in his first year in the CFL, he was the CFL's rookie of the year, playing for the Argonauts. And he played for the Atlanta's best academy. He was a four-star recruit coming out that decided to go straight to semi-pro versus going to college. So he had to do 3 years in semi-pros to be able to get there. And last year, he was defensive back of the year for the CFL for the Argonauts. I mean, the guy had 6 interceptions. He had 8 passes defended. He had 92 tackles. and he only gave up a total of 22 passes completed on 102 targets. And the fact that he was covering on a wider, longer field than what they have in the NFL, that goes into my whole theory about the stamina stuff. So I think Quantez Stiggers might be a guy you'll see pulled in late, like good old Chase Lucas. Because remember, NFL field is 50 yards wide and 100 yards long. The CFL field is 55 yards wide and 110 yards long. Big difference. So, working with the visit list on Pride of Detroit, looking at 4 meetings with DNs, Nealon, Deshaun Robinson, Trice are all top tier guys. But who the heck is Houston's Nelson Caesar? All right, let's look him up. Um, he's 6'3" and 250 pounds. He hit, which is the ideal for an edge rusher in the NFL. However, he can play more than only as an edge rusher. He also plays outside linebacker. I'm getting up his strengths and weaknesses right now through Draft Network. His strengths: he's versatile in alignment, natural athleticism, first step, high motor. His concerns: his pass rush counter moves and IQ diagnosing run plays. So he's trying to see what they say his pro comp is. Projection is a day 2 pick, possibly winning a starter position. Uh, his pro comp is James Houston. So he's a guy that could get picked towards the back end of the 3rd round, or even as if he falls into the no QBs visited, right? Goff not being resigned. Now get me thinking Holmes might get a QB behind Hooker. Uh, yeah, no QBs are visited. We have until, let's be honest, we have 4 days to see a Goff deal get done. But Danielle Rossini said that the Amon Ra is in talking at Allen Park this morning, and they're very close to penciling that deal. And it is projected to be between 26 and $28 million. So I expect that we're probably going to be hearing about the Amon Ra contract being done shortly. And when you think about it, Tariq Hill got 30 million. Next year, Devontae Adams goes up to 44.5 million. Uh, it's cheap. It's a cheap deal. He said repeatedly on his podcast that's what he wants. I think the only thing was holding it up at all at the 25 million was the fact they only offered him 3 years. I think he wanted 5 to 7 the whole time. Um, Am I giving him a 10-year contract? Probably not. But I see the at his age, I would do the 5 to 7 without thinking about it. I would land right at 6. So here you go, 6-year contract. Who's other guys that we have on the roster that you want to see extended? I mean, I was shocked that we extended Mosley. I thought for sure he was gone. Fred Peterson, good call out. You said we'd sign him cheap, and we did. It's looking like, let me go look up what that contract is for us, so that way we get some details. They don't have it yet. Yep, and Panay got his 5th year, so we're good. We don't have to do any contract talks with him till next off season or in season. So that's done. And that's the other one, funky Lions fan. If McNeil is the guy, like they've said, I would love to see him resign. Okay, Paul Jones, I got to ask you, CJGJ or Justin Simmons? You tell me. There is no details. CJGJ price would probably be better, but overall play, are you saying CJJ 6 mil last year? But it wasn't just 6 mil. He gets 3 mil this year and 3 mil next year. It was a $12 million deal. Justin Simmons is the better tackler and better defender for coverage as well. I'm taking Justin Simmons over CJGJ every day of the week and twice on Sunday. So that actually was a $12 million deal that we paid CJGJ. He gets 3 million a year this year and 3 million next year for doing nothing. He can go home and sit on the couch and make 3 million. Iffy and Burns, I want to see another year. Yes, I agree with that. Plays nickel, does Simmons? No, Simmons would be the strong safety we've always wanted. RXJ, what's up, my boy? Good to see you. I lost a lot of respect for CJGJ on two key plays. Both of them led to touchdowns for the other team. One was in the NFC Championship game, took us out of scoring potential in that play, and it hurt us. And then the one where they scored a touchdown against us. You take 7 points away in one game, and you give 7 points away in another. Anybody else out of those late rounders you want to hear about? Yeah, our young safeties were okay. Our corners is where we suck. That's why I talked about corners. And Quantez Stiggers is a corner, and he has good size. 6'2", 210 pounds. Let me see what his 40 time. Because he was actually at the combine. He was invited. So we're looking at a 4.48. Zenter's probably going as it stands right now because yeah, lots of dudes got released today. I'm tired of people saying the Lions need Diggs or Simmons. We need CB, not safety. We need both. We didn't re-sign CJGJ so far. We we've gotten rid of some of the guys already. bless America. I swear people don't know to leave people alone when they're busy. But Zinter probably would have been a day 2 pick easily. We only have 3 on the roster. I don't count Will Harris. Tell me how we're deep. We have 3 on the roster. We have Branch, we have Melifonwu, we have Kirby Joseph. I don't count Brady Breeze. I don't count Brendan Joseph yet. None of them took snaps in the NFL. Can't count your practice squads. I mean, on the active roster, we have 3. At corner, we got Cam Sutton, Emmanuel Mosley, and Will Harris, Chase Lucas. That's it. Yep, Tracy got cut. I'm talking about active roster guys. We've only got 3 safeties, and we only got 3, maybe 4 corners. Them bringing Mosley back scares the shit out of me. I'm not gonna lie. But Zinter is probably going to go somewhere between the 4th and 5th round. Right. We were deep. Yeah, right now, if you add in the practice squad, we are deeper at corner than we're at safety, but it's just not good corners. I'm just being real. Put in the chat. FTP. One of those great days. It's another great day to say, fuck the Packers, boys. I'd be good with Gilmore if the price is right. That's where I'm at. Yeah, that Mosley signing is dumb in my opinion. I don't care if it's for less money. The guy hasn't played football in such a long time. Too many serious injuries and lost so much speed and burst. Feed the people. Hey, that's the best one I've seen yet. But I like free the puppies. I don't know. I like puppies. They're cute. Get them out of the cages or unclasp for bra. Right. I thought yes, we still have Stephen Gilmore. He's been a practice wide guy. I don't like the fact we got rid of Khalil Dorsey. Khalil Dorsey started to come on a little bit, especially in special teams. Um, but it is what it is. Then, of course, we got my other sponsor, the one that actually pays the bill. Gloss in the Ground, best window tinner in Saginaw, 989-443-9240. Call them up, check them out, take care of that swamp ass, get your car detailed, get the smell out of the car, and make sure it doesn't get that hot again with some good window tint. He's the guy to call. He's at 409 Hamilton. Let him know Smoking Jeremy B sent you. It'll set you up with a good price. And, of course, where I have to go this afternoon at 2 p.m., my place of employment, Brandon Service. New and used tires at great prices, 602 West Atherton Road, South Grand Traverse and West Atherton is the corner we're at, 810-233-8230. Mention that Smokin' Jeremy B sent you, and we will give you $10 off a set of tires. Right, and a better pass rush makes mid CBs look good. Look at the 2014-15 year for the Lions, first year under Caldwell. Lots of sacks on that D line. Well, this has been Lions Talk with Smoking Jeremy B. I'll be back here tomorrow morning. Please remember every day, try to be a better person than you were the day before. The only way to make the world a better place starts right here. Much love, everybody. We had Orlando Escapano Jr., Paul Jones, RXJ, RJ Irving. Didn't see Fred Peterson today. FFP did not make it in. No Fruity Fred Peterson. Thank you there, RXJ. God bless. Y'all have a blessed day. In immortal words of George Carlin, remember, no matter where you go,